welcome to my channel. My name is Kiki and I am back with another story. Last week, everyone in the comments on my WhatsApp was like, no, don't break up with him. What if he is the one? So I was like, my people, batu nanga batu asanti mana bolingo. This week I have, I think, more like a testimony, but it's about true love. So this girl, I start every story with this girl because I only get stories from women. So if you are a man and you're like, okay, I have a story, and it doesn't have to be about a romantic relationship. It could also be like a mother and her son, or friendships, whatever. Just slide in my DM. Okay. So this girl grew up with her siblings and her parents in a little village. She was really happy. She says, Kiki, if I look back to my childhood, I had a really loving family and a really happy childhood. In the village that we lived, everyone knew each other. Everyone talked to each other. Yeah. For the people who come from the village, maybe you know. So now the girl is like 18 or 19, and a young man comes to live in the street. So in the village, everyone talks to each other. So they start talking, but he also talks to the neighbor. He also talks to his sister. I mean, they all talk with people. And for her, it wasn't like really strange. But when they started talking, so they connected in a way. They fell in love and they started a relationship. But they kept the relationship secret. So no one knew in the streets or her siblings that they were seeing each other. After a while, the young man said to his girlfriend, I would like to meet your parents so I can ask for your hand for marriage. So now the girl is like, okay, give me some time and I will talk to my parents and I will get back to you. After a few days, she said to her mom, I would like to talk to you and dad. I met this young man and he wants to ask my hand for marriage. So I would like to talk to you and dad. Well, the mom was happy. The mom was happy and she said, okay, no problem. We can do it after dinner. I will tell your father about it. But after dinner, her siblings, so her brothers and her sister were also there. But for her, it was no problem. Her father started asking her questions. What is his age? Where are his parents? Where is he from? Stuff like that. So she's answering the questions. But now her sister understands it's about the young man who came to live across the street earlier that year. So now you see the face of the sister like changing, like the weather in the Netherlands. Yeah, her mood changes. She's not that excited anymore. And now she starts like saying to her parents, this is not a good man, he's not good enough. I've heard this about him, I heard that about him. So the parents are now like, okay, we have to think about it. But in the meanwhile, her brothers pick sides with her sister. So one of her brothers like, Dad, you cannot accept this marriage. We cannot let our sister marry to the young man. The young girl really doesn't understand why everyone at the table is so angry at her boyfriend. So she goes back to her boyfriend and she says to the boyfriend, okay, I think my parents need a little more time. This and this and this happened. Okay. But after a while, when her parents and her siblings understood that she was still in the relationship, so even when like their reaction was like, okay, I don't think we're gonna do this. She was in love. So they start bullying her. Her brothers start beating her up. Every day they would beat her up. Every day they would insult her. Until the point they even started to keep her hostage just so that she would not go and meet with her lover. And in all of this, her sister is participating. But she doesn't understand because all this started because of the sister. Okay, whatever, she's in love, and even that they are keeping her hostage, she would talk to him on the phone. But every time if they found out just anything, bah, 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 bah. So one day, one of the brothers talks to the father and they decide to send her back to Africa because awazoyokati. So now the brothers are the one that are going to take her there, but she doesn't want to go. She grew up here. She doesn't speak the language that well, so she doesn't know anyone. She has no interest of going back to Africa. She has no interest. So now, being held hostage, no choice, she gets in a car with her brothers on the way to the airport. But on the way to the airport, they continue to beat her up. And at a point, she couldn't anymore. She was like, okay, stop, stop, stop. Please. I'm going to end this relationship. Just don't bring me back home. Okay, I don't know, maybe somewhere her brothers felt sorry for her. So they said, okay, we're going back home. But if we find out that you are still seeing that man or having any contact with him, even if it is in Clubhouse with other people, yes, you're still going to Africa. No, 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 no. It's over. Okay. By the time they get back to the parents' house, it's late. So everyone goes to sleep. But she doesn't. She waits until everyone is snoring, gets her little bag that her mom packed for her to go back to Africa, and runs away. Now she goes to her boyfriend's house across the street. She tells him what happened. Y'all can imagine. The boyfriend says, no problem. You're just gonna get married, but just not with the approval of your parents. After a few days, they did get married. And she started living with her husband across her parents' house. So they would see each other, but they wouldn't talk. They would ignore her. But she would go every day to her parents' house. But no one would let her in. Every day. And people who know me know I overreact with everything. But this is not the drama that I put on in extra. She would go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, boop, et ben sous lundi, mardi, et continue ka boy, na mercredi, na jeudi, na vendredi, na samedi, na dimanche, na lobi bon, ouais, pour quand ça na yika ko, le baba jour na français ka, pas 3 jours, voilà. Bon. Anyway, so now, she doesn't give up. She doesn't give up. Every day she goes to her parents' house, but her parents don't open up the door. They would see her. You know, if you have like beneden no, if you have like a family house, so they see her when they sit in the living room. They see her, but they just don't open up the door. One day, she's going again. She wants to cross the street. Boom! Voiture est bétier. She got hit by a car. Now the girl is laying on the ground, totally in shock, because in her mind, the car that she saw coming from a little bit far was the car of her sister. But okay, whatever. She's laying on the ground, she's in pain. And then when she opens up her eyes, she sees her sister standing in front of her. So this young girl says, but why did you run me over? Now the sister says, why did I run you over? Why did I run you over? What do you think? That I'm going to let you to live happily ever after with the love of my life? The love of your life? Yes, the love of my life. You are married with the love of my life. So maybe this time I didn't kill you, but I will continue until you're dead. So the girl's totally in shock. The love of my life, my husband, the love of her life. Okay, they never had a relationship. So it's not that the sister was also dating the young man. No, they never dated. They never had a conversation like based on anything like flirting, nothing. So the sister never knew that her sister was so much in love with now her husband. And that was the reason why the evening that she was sitting with her parents and her brother, like, okay, this young man, blah, 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 she got angry and started bashing back then her boyfriend because she herself was in love with him. But now, okay, they beat me up every day. They would insult me. They kept me hostage, kidnapped me to bring me back to Africa. Because you had like secret love for someone who you never dated, never talked about relationships with, nothing. Okay, that day, the girl didn't go to her parents. She went back home. But the next day, but nobody opened up the door. This continued for almost a year. And one day, the mom opened the door. But she wouldn't talk to her. She opened the door. Her siblings also. No one in the house would speak to her. Her father would not even look at her. But she kept coming. She would help her mom with cooking, cleaning, just small things. And in the meanwhile, she got pregnant, had a baby boy, but no one talked to her. So from the moment that her mom let her in, but they were ignoring her, until they start talking, loosen up a little bit and accepting her with her husband, was also 6 months. So let's say a year and a half of going every day every day. And for me, I mean, I don't know what I would do, but I understand that her parents were hurt because she ran away, but they hurt her too. Because the beating up and the insults and the keeping hostage, kidnapping and all that, I mean, they hurt her too. But she never gave up on the one she loved. First, she fought for her husband. She fought to be with her husband. And then she continued the battle and she fought for her family. In the end, her sister got married to someone else. Her brothers and her husband became best friends. They would talk every day. They would chill. They would do, well, best friends. So when she was telling the story, I was going from, no, and then she said about her husband and her brothers. They would talk every day. They would go to soccer. So I was like, okay, but you're talking like they don't do that anymore. And then she said no. So, and then I was like, wait, okay. So the drama came back. No. Her husband passed away. So today, she has a 7-year-old son, and she says, if I could do it all over again, I would. I would choose my husband, but I would continue to fight for my family. For me, I think it's like a testimony about true love. And because I know that you are the ones who are like, okay, last week, Auntie Kalibala Mote. No. What if that's her soulmate? I hope you appreciate this one and leave your comment, like, subscribe, and I see you next week with another story. Bye.